For those who are the exquisite, hidden in cupboards. For those who fortune denies because they refuse to shout. For those who would otherwise shine so bright were it not so dark and needlessly so. For those who are more conscious than the jaded so-called moral imperative. For those who multicolour the beige. For those who feel that burning, pounding, quick tempo heartbeat, tick, tick, ticking absolute proof down deep within. For those who don't want to upset anyone. For those who are being true to themselves. For those who love. For those who would like to love but never will so long as they're fumbling around in the dark. For those who would spread compassion if given the chance. For those who stand tall and proud in the face of ignorance. For those who challenge the invented with the blinding torch of truth. For those who caress and whisper sweet nothings and then open their eyes to find an empty bed. For those who don't want to shock and close the door voluntarily. For those who care too much. For those who feel they have no brothers or sisters. For those who feel they are the only person ever to feel this way. For those who make 1,000 tiny differences a year. For those whose revolution will knowingly take longer than their own lifetimes. For those who would otherwise be flogged or hanged or stoned or cast from the safety of decent thought by those who profess to know the truth of words written fluent yet deliberately twisted ambiguous in order to hide the cultural anger seething beneath. For those who delete their browsing history. For those who try to prise open the door knowing it will be slammed shut but keep on trying nonetheless. For those who paid the ultimate price. For those who resort to secret languages, and those who give in and try to decipher filled with the eager promise of just knowing. For those who are afraid. For those who never will. For those who see the world quivering ecstatic and reach out with trembling fingertips ever so eager to be a part, yet knowing deep down they never will because they are not as brave or as fortunate as those who colour the world with love. For those who hide behind masks of dubious preferences just to make it look like they're one of the crowd. For those who are furious. For those who are curious. For those who log on with an alias. For those who dance ecstatic, the most writhing, sexual, beautiful, hypnotic dance, but only to themselves, alone, alone, alone in the mirror. For those who feel that everything is hopeless, faced with 96% against, newspaper editorials, fuming, spitting evangelists, political bullies, idiots with guns and clubs and religious texts, charismatic spirituality, cultural commentators and peddlers of hatred. For those who burst out so fast the world never could catch them. For those who burned up too soon. For those who took a chance and flowered briefly then disappeared, leaving behind the hint that if done differently it might actually work. For those who are vehement in their love. For those who are just plain unlucky. For those who are scared. For those who are scarred. For those who would otherwise be sacred. You are the real. And your time will come when superstition loses. Pile up your love right now so when the door finally opens, it will all come tumbling through.